Sean Whaley is furious.
He's upset. 100%.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of Axe Kick Picks, episode 189. It's the episode of the nines, Joe Kid. How you doing today?
How you doing? Keep it moving.
I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day. 84, breezy. It's the perfect weather up here. How you doing in the Carolinas?
Yeah, just rain, thunderstorms every night. You know, we'll look to not worry about the weather when we're making money, making it rain against the Bucks. You know what I'm saying?
What do we got going on? Any one action today?
Yeah, man. It was a good thing to start the morning with them. You know, always get excited to wake up to Muay Thai, bro. There was some mixed martial arts. Of course, they mix it up. You know, their cards are always interesting. So, is there any BKFC this weekend? Normally they're doing it every week, but I guess after a big Sturgis card, they're not doing much.
I heard it was a good card last week. I didn't get to watch it, but I heard it was good. I did hear that friend of the show, Don Davis, he came out and he wanted to do, you know how they had Risen versus Bellator or whatnot? They wanted to do PFL versus one, and Chatri said no.
No.
Makes sense. They were going to lose.
I don't know. You can't say that, right? It's a fight, man.
I mean, who's going to win? I was looking at it, and
surprised with if it's you know, some of the one guys, obviously they're just solely mixed martial arts PFL, so they got a lot of Muay Thai kickboxing guys that if it just came to stand up, they would sweep the floor with a lot of the PFL dudes.
Yeah, it would be very interesting, but you know, I think Chatri needs some money right now, so we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, we got a great episode for you guys. We'll recap UFC 108 back at the Apex. We got UFC 109 right back at the Apex. I know last week we talked about when the next show at the Apex. Actually, it's going to be this weekend.
Back to back.
Exactly. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony fucking Hernandez. Cannot wait for that main event. Dana White Contender Series Season 9, first week, Tuesday night. Joey will have plays there. We got some news. Cannot wait. We got a UFC Rio main event. Cannot wait for that. And KSW 109. So it's the show of nines, I guess, today. But kid, just to get it out of the way, if I'm being honest, Tatsuro Taira submitted Hung Sung Park in the second round, 106 in the second round. We get there home. I credit Hung Sung Park for taking it on short notice, but there was no way Tatsuro Taira was losing that.
No, bro. You know, we both went on him, and you know that worries us. Sometimes we're on the same page, but it was the rightful side. You know, Taira looks legit. You know, thank you. I'm very happy.
I'm very happy. I was gonna say
it. Yeah, bro. I like him. He's got personality. You know, he goes for the finishes, though. I feel like it always seems we could say these guys have ways to go with the stand-up. Sometimes, you know, if you can't deny the takedown, if you can't stop from them, you know, from playing their game, you're in for a long night, or a short one for that matter. You know what I mean? Yeah, he goes in there and he seems to get the job done. I know he fell short that one fight, but you could argue that was a big step up in competition for him. So it's like the fights he should be winning, he is doing so. You know, shout out to Park for stepping up a week earlier, having a, you know, kind of cut that weight a little earlier. That could have left him at a disadvantage, but he was confident in his ability. It's just Taira turned out he had a little bit more. You know, that talent speaks for itself.
It was insane. It was a great fight. He gets there with the neck crank. Fuck it, those neck cranks are lethal sometimes, kid. So I'm just upset that he can't give out his personality, and it's always in the Apex. Put him in front of fucking fans.
Get a Japan card.
Yes, at the dome. What's it called?
We got Risen now, you know, being a part of the UFC ranks. Let's maybe not just do it, you know, X Risen card, but we could incorporate just some of those fighters under the mantle in Japan. It would make a lot of sense.
We need the Tokyo Dome. At the Tokyo Dome. I think there might be some renovations going on.
Saitama Arena.
Saitama Arena as well. Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Dude,
the chief support, Matusa and Becky loses unanimous decision. Great call on the dog, Chris Duncan. He's a dog, and I think the change in going to AT&T and surrounding himself with dogs
Yeah.
is really helping and elevating his game. The Scotsman, he wins 30-27 and 29-28 times too. I think sometimes Rembeki, though, in my opinion, I think he's a little too tough for his own good, right?
There to get hit, and that's not always a good thing. It never is a good thing. But hey, freedom, if you know Braveheart, if you know, when it comes to Scotland's own Chris Duncan, he's just got so much heart, grit, determination, you name it about him. He brings it every time. There's never going to be a boring fight with Chris Duncan. Super entertaining. Represented well. Let's see what's next for him. Like you said, this was a good matchup. You look at Rembeki's record, and you would say that he rightful side to be the favorite, but
yeah,
Duncan's going to be alive. Let's keep him as a dog in this next one out, and we can keep hammering home and making some money.
They did get the fight of the night, so they both got the bonus. But two's from Becky. I don't know if you saw the picture that surfaced a few days later, but man, his face was
back to back.
Yeah, back-to-back fight of the nights. Yeah, no other bonuses given out, but Elvis Brenner and Esteban Ribovic, unanimous decision over Elvis Brenner. That one was a lot closer than I thought, but you did have to give it to the Argentine.
Yeah, I think it was right. I think he won each round though, man. I do looking back at it, I think he did. It's just that fight was entertaining still. Another entertaining one. So, but I think you go, tick for tack and all the blood that was being spewed between the co-main event. That's why they got the fight of the night. But that was an entertaining feature bout. Yeah,
shout out Carla Rosa too. She won unanimous decision.
I think she's good at 135, man. Don't sleep on Carla Rosa.
Even the other Argentine, Kevin Viejos, he won unanimous decision over against Danny Silva as well. Nathan Fletcher's terrible. Trey Songor, I thought it was an entertaining fight. I thought he had some moments, but Rodolfo Vieira did win. Yeah.
But sorry for your boy, Nick Klein.
Yeah, that was a bad one. But Austin Bashi, nice bounce back win, gets a submission in the very first round. We called that as well, so that was good.
Esteban, though, as high as we regard him being an undefeated prospect, even though at his age for flyweights, he doesn't seem to be able to find a finish. Can't help himself not getting a good job.
But Felipe Burns is a very tough guy, so he's hard to put away. But the main event, and I'm bearing the lead on purpose, but that's
the people's main event.
You got fucking Magny, baby. I'm telling you, he is the litany. If you could get through Neil Magny in the welterweight division, I mean,
you're ready for the big time.
You're ready, but you can't. And I'm sorry, Dos Santos, but see ya. He had a very good first round, and then he gassed himself out. And Neil Magny doesn't gas out. He's always going to be.
He deserves in his next fight a co-main event slot in a 5-round fight. I really think he deserves that.
He is going to go down in the record book as one of the most Octagon time. Most wins in the welterweight division. He's tied right now. He has more wins than GSP, arguably the greatest welterweight of all time.
Hey, that's saying something, man. Longevity speaks for itself. Your best ability is your availability.
Is he a Hall of Famer, though? He's never fought for the belt. He's never really gotten close to it. But it kind of reminds me of like Merab, where he's had 8-9 wins in a row, and he's gotten to like top 6, top 7, but never to that title fight.
If he, breaks that threshold, I think we'd all be surprised as the MMA community. But you got to go with the DC train of school of thought and say no. We got to reserve it for, I guess, more prestigious matters in a sense. Like you said, the championship level means a lot in this, and to be the man, you got to beat the man. And he seems to have not been able to when it matters most at times. So we hope for it, especially on the streak that he's on and at the kind of renaissance of his career. It'd be nice to see. We all enjoy a nice Neil Magny fight here and there.
Absolutely. So overall, I do go 3-2. We get there with Austin Bashi. My boy, I took a shot on Nick Klein, but he got knocked out. So that did not go well.
He was it in the first, bro. Nick Klein, blue collar.
We get there with the plus money with Neil Magny. We don't get there with Rembeki, but the over does hit. And then we get there with Tatsuro Taira inside the distance. So a profitable night. UFC 108. How did you do?
I went 4-6 and UFC 108, UFC Vegas 108.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun card. We're back at the Apex, but man, I'm kind of breezing through this just because the fucking highlight of my weekend, and I think maybe for you as well, was SummerSlam. I mean, that's all I have to say. Bravo. I am so fucking happy. The 2-night thing I was very skeptical about, but I love it. I love it that they're going forward with this on all big events, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. They've been doing it for a few years, but SummerSlam over the weekend is what WrestleMania should have been. Excitement after excitement, great matches, and suspense at the end of the show. WrestleMania kind of was like, SummerSlam. Oh my God, it's Brock Lesnar, the fucking beast. Like everything, man.
People sleep on SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam you cannot. And I thought night one was the best, honestly. You had Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. We get that right. We get the women's tag team right with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross. We got that right. What we got wrong, and I was surprised, Joe. Are you surprised they stayed with Tiffany Stratton?
Not really. I mean, she's a star, and maybe it's a little too soon for Jade Cargill. And remember, she came from another organization, right? So though she was a highly touted prospect, maybe the WWE TK was like, let's stay in house on this one.
Yeah.
Let's say that we have the better product and the better athletes and the better entertainers and wrestlers. And if comes to push comes to shove, we put them over.
And honestly, I was surprised just based on history. Usually the celebrity wins those matches, but Jelly Roll came to Triple H and said, hey, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
And I thought he did well.
He did great. Well. Yeah, man. You had to keep up with the pace of the match, you got to take the breaks when you can get them and still put on a good performance. So he did just that. And I agree with you, man. Going back, I think overall, even you can go to the main event, I think night one overall was better, even in the main event. I think the story being told in night two was great between Cody and John, but yeah, night one for me as well.
Real quick, I was watching it with my girlfriend. She knows Jelly Roll because she likes country music. She was like, "Oh my God, is he really hurt?" And I'm playing the bit as well. I'm like, "Oh my God, they got to get him off." Like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he's not good. And then when he comes back, she was like, "Oh, you got me." She's like very gullible, but I was like, "Oh my God, they got him." But yeah, I thought that was good. And then the main event. You know how much of a big CM Punk fan I am. I thought it was great. Shout out Gunther. I thought it was a hell of a match. And I almost broke down because I'm very emotional, and I was so happy for CM Punk after 12, 13, however many years, finally gets it back. Oh my God. You couldn't do it on Monday Night Raw. Like, oh my God. And as soon as you heard Seth Rollins' music come out, I knew it was over.
He faked that injury, bro.
Yeah. He got me. Honestly, he got me. Like, going back about a month when he hurt his knee, I was like, yo, he really might be hurt the way he fell. Becky's posting on Instagram. Like, they really built it up. They were smart.
She's heel right now too.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, he's really hurt. And I knew as soon as I heard the music and Paul Heyman came out, I said, oh, it's over. She goes, no, he's crutching his way back. My girlfriend's like, no, he's going back. I go, watch. 3 seconds later, drops the crutches, and I go, and it's so bad inside of me. I go, CM Punk, run, and
get away from him, leave him alone.
Curb stomps him. But what I really didn't like, don't cross your legs and reenact the pipe bomb right in front of him. That is going a little too far for me. But it was cinema. It was amazing. I thought night one was way better. We could go into night two.
And I think Paul Heyman picked the right guy.
Oh,
he came on Ariel Helwani's show and he proved it too.
Yeah. Real quick, we'll start from bottom up. Naomi, even though I did want Mommy to win.
You got it right.
Yeah, you just felt like they were going to keep it with Naomi. And I think they really like her as well.
Yeah, she's done a lot for them and stayed consistent throughout.
The Wyatt Sticks, I know you picked the you picked the wrong one, but
close.
They like them, bro.
Yeah. And there was a lot of talent from like their individual in the Wyatt Six faction.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why they're getting the push combined and the namesake, I think Alexa Bliss, though, she's kind of like separated herself a little from that, right? She's kind of just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Still with like a moniker of it, though. It's weird. It's interesting to see.
So the next couple, I had an inkling they were going to keep it. Becky Lynch, you mentioned heel now in the no disqualification match. She gets the win. Solo Sikoa retains against Jacob Fatu in that steel cage match, which I thought it was a really good match.
It was a good one.
Dominic Mysterio, they love Dominic Mysterio in the back and everything
the fans
that I read
do too. The universe does.
Yeah, they
WWE
do.
Universe,
And AJ Styles are the best showman to put him over as well.
Oh yeah.
And the only one I got wrong was the main event. I didn't think they were going to change it, but to my giving myself a little leeway, I didn't watch. I didn't. We knew after watching SmackDown on Friday, it was over.
Pretty much the way he was kind of turned.
It didn't work. It didn't work anymore. I think Triple H, the executive, said, "You know what? We gotta nip it in the butt. Give it to Cody Rhodes." We recorded this Friday afternoon, so I had no idea. And I think John handled it perfectly, giving it to Cody Rhodes. That's literally the definition, of passing the torch.
Yeah, for him to finish one chapter of the story in the last year's storyline with Roman, now to basically like you said, passing of the torch with John and closing that chapter of his book. So yeah, it was good to see, man. We've backed Cody for a long time, and John Cena, bro, only have 10 more appearances of him left.
I think there's 8. I think it's 7 or 8.
It's not many left, so better
enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts.
But and then obviously when he goes, here comes the noise. Brock, let the beast.
And that I heard was John's ploy too.
John wanted
Brock
him
back. Yeah.
And they said it just happened in the last 2 to 3 weeks. They put it together. Triple H, they said, "Hey, it's time for you to come home." And Brock said he'll sit on it. This is everything from the insiders inside. And he said he'll sit on it, and then called them back and said, "Hey, let's do it." He was kind of worried, obviously, his name being in the lawsuit with the girl and everything. I think Paul Heyman said it on the Ariel Helwani show the best. He's back, and there's nothing you could do about it. The fans love it. I don't know if you heard the crowd, but holy shit, it popped for Brock.
Yeah, bro, it was actually enormous. Did it at the right place too. He's got deep roots in Jersey. Brock Lesnar does.
Yeah, so I thought it was amazing. And people said, "Oh, now they're getting rid of the post interview after the shows." I don't give a fuck. They're like, "Oh, it had to do with Brock because they don't want to answer to it." I think they were going away with it regardless. I think people are reading too much into it. It really didn't pay its just pay its course or whatever, those interviews after the show anyway. So I didn't mind, but I thought SummerSlam was definitely the highlight of my weekend. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it was fun, bro. I was just looking back at my feed and everything, and I was like, damn, SummerSlam was last week. That happened so quick.
Yeah, fucking flew by. By the way, there was an earthquake here in New Jersey.
2.
Right after.
Right, you got a couple.
I only felt one. It was after Saturday night main event, and I'm just laying down, and it was a 3.8, 3.9, and it was only the second time I've ever felt one, and it was yo, my dad comes in, he goes, "Yo, did the gas line fucking break?" I go, "No, it was an earthquake." That's a lie.
Well, hey, the gas line could break thereafter.
Yeah, it honestly could. So we went downstairs and checked that out, but it was all good. But yeah, kid, that's all I had. Did I miss anything over the weekend, or was that about it?
I think you hit it with SummerSlam and the UFC. I guess was just my 10 seconds left that I had.
Which
I went 1-1, right, with the PFL World Tournament. Movlid Kabulaev, even at his age, proved that Dagestan wrestling is dominant, and Thad Gene is legit, bro.
He's legit, man.
He's a star, bro.
Yeah, they need to do what they're doing with Dakota Ditcheva.
And
give them anything those are their biggest star, and maybe Paul Hughes.
It might be a power couple. Maybe make it a throuple with
give them a chance, Dakota.
Just sign him for life, because otherwise they're gonna get the bag from the UFC.
But all right, kid, let's get back to the Apex. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life. life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching UFC Vegas 109. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at X Cake Picks and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get back to the lovely UFC Apex. And I think we have a banger. I think this fight night is a little better. Headline in the middleweight division by number 9, Roman Dolidze and Anthony fucking Hernandez. You got Steve Erceg, your boy Astro Boy in the chief support. Watch out for my girl Angela Hill. I love that fight. You got Andre Touchy-Feely against C-Rod. There's some fights. My boy Miles John in this fight card. Your boy Eric Anders, Chris Leroy Duncan, national champ. So I think with this, who's starting the card? Cody Brundage, baby. So
we got a fight they just put together too in like the past couple of days. So
yeah, it was just put together. But
at 205, bro, it's at light heavyweight. I guess.
So, you start us off, kid. What do you got?
I don't have an official play for that fight. I think it was sprung on us too last minute. You know how Cody Brundage's fights are. He's fighting a trainer, right? Eric McConico, I think, is a cornerman for some UFC guys. And I think it's just hard for him to, just step in the octagon and come out victorious. I think it's a fight for Cody Brundage to make a debut at 205 in some way. So I'm just going to stay off of it. No official play for that.
Okay.
This next fight I'm seeing, it's a women's flyweight matchup. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Gabriela Fernandez, rightfully so, I think, is heavy favorite. Minus 380, minus 400 on some books. And Julia Stoljarenko, I think, is a one-trick pony at plus 350. The obvious play for her, and guys, it could hit. I'm going to hunt on the XP verdict with it, is the first round submission for Stoljarenko, but that's not my official play here. I think the smarter play is to side with Gabriela Fernandez. I think she's a better fighter all around. If she gets out of that first round, I think the fight's hers. So I think the play to make to squeeze the odds down, stick Gabby to win and round 2 to start. So like I said, all you need is the second round to start. She could win inside the distance after that, or she could win on the judges' scorecards. She's improved in her stand-up. She's got great grappling. She herself can find that submission. So I think the minus 40 is very playable.
I'm going to take Gabriela Fernandez via KO TKO at plus 170. While the first couple of fights in her UFC career really didn't go her way, I think Gabriela Fernandez really found her footing. In her most recent fight, she did win submission, but I think if you watch it, it was really the hands that really did it for her. She tagged Kong Wong on the feet, grabbed the fight late, and those hands were similar to what we saw on the regional scene as well for her.
She's improved so much.
Yeah, and now she gets an opponent in Stoljarenko who she looks like a fish out of water in the striking department. I think she's just going to get tagged up here. So to get plus 170, I think that is great value. Give me Gabriela Fernandez coming down all the way from a minus 400, 500, rightfully so, to plus 170.
Yeah, I had to look at that. And like I said, though she's a one-trick pony, Stoljarenko is kind of like Walter Walker's heel hooks. Her armbar is akin to that. The smarter play, I was like, what would D-Rock do in this situation? I was like, take the right side, Gabby Fernandez. I like this next matchup, man. I think putting on a treat for the fans early. This third fight is a welterweight matchup between Uros Medic, the doctor, minus 430, heavy favorite because Gilbert Urbina, tough dude. He's found himself on the wrong side of some fights, but he gets finishes, plus 350. Is he live in this one? I think not live is the correct word, but what I said before, the durability, his ability to kind of stay alive in this fight makes me think that there's some value in the play for the fight to go to distance. I think, as I just said before, what would Dylan do? Right? I'm going to make that a saying now. WWYD. What would Dylan do? I think this is a fight that could absolutely end inside the distance, and I think that's favored, and that's probably the righter side. But there is value in Urbina's toughness, and just to get this to the judges. Medic has never gone to the judges before, and maybe getting 3 rounds under his belt could be beneficial for his career. We have high expectations for the dude, but we have yet to see him kind of meet those expectations, Uros Medic, that is. So I think Urbina is a good dance partner, just tough enough to get it to the judges. Let's go fight goes the distance at plus 500. That's the value I'm talking about.
I like that. I'm going with a little value here, too. Give me the dog, Gilbert Urbina.
Nice. Okay.
You know, Eros Medic, he's a huge favorite. And even though he's coming off a first-round knockout loss in January, people thinking he's going to bounce back here, Gilbert Arena has shown times he can be an absolute monster. And Eros Medic, he has not done well with pressure applied. And Yurima is going to go out there, and I think he has the advantage in wrestling. If he could just manage his gas tank properly, I think he could win, and I love the fight to go the distance because I think if he manages his gas tank, it could go 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Do I think Meta should be a favorite? Yeah, but this big, no way. I'm gonna take a flyer here on the big underdog, who I think there's a pathway to victory here, grinding it out. So yeah, give me Gilbert Arena plus 350.
Nice, man. Let's go into this women's bantamweight matchup. Jocelyn Edwards is 3-1 favorite, minus 300 on the books for her against Zombie Girl Priscilla Cachoeira at plus 280. I think there's an X factor in here. That's probably Cachoeira's power, right? But she's susceptible on the ground. She has been submitted a bunch of times. You could see Edwards maybe showcasing her full skill set and maybe hunting for that. So I think she does have more ways to win. That is Jocelyn Edwards. So I can see why the books favor her. I didn't know which way to go with her, but I do think she's the right side. Like I said, I think it's going to come down to Priscilla Cachoeira catching her and trying to hunt the finish. And she's hard to put away. I think there's a different gap in the skill set here. So I'm going to lean with the Edwards here. I'm going to decide to do that. It's an official lean.
Give me Priscilla Cachoeira. Big dog. I'm going dog hunting this weekend.
All right.
I like it. Now, do I think, obviously, Jocelyn Edwards should be the favorite? Of course. But I think Priscilla Cachoeira, she has a bit of a bad rap due to some ugly fights in her UFC career. However, in her 5 fights at 135, she is 4-1 with 4 knockouts. And Jocelyn Edwards isn't the most well-versed striker. And she's never been striked out per time. First time for everything. Priscilla Cachoeira via KO TKO at plus 700. I think that's worth a sprinkle, but I also like her on the money line.
Holy shit. Money line is definitely good. And then you're hunting for some XP right there.
Let's fucking go, baby. TKO. I'm going crazy this weekend.
Love it, dude. So let's keep the ball rolling. Go right into the next one here. I'm seeing a fight that I think can easily end early. This is a bantamweight matchup. Elijah Smith is a heavy favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, is it rightfully so this early in his career that he should be heavily this favorited at minus 590?
8-1 is crazy. He's 8-1 now. I'm seeing some bro.
Toshiyama Kazama could break some hearts, man. But I've seen him get tagged. I've seen him go cold. You know what I mean? I know he's got that submission finish that kept him under UFC contract. But if they're thinking Elijah Smith is who he is on the books and with this matchup, with this matchmaking with the UFC, I think Elijah Smith should be the right side. But I guess Kazama's still on the table here. If you think there's some value hunting the dogs, as D-Rock has been doing today, I don't know if he's going to go about it. Like I said, I don't know if necessarily Elijah Smith's the one worthy enough to lay that money on. So I'll take the fight to end early. That's what I said to start, and I think that's the smart play. That this fight ends under 1.5 rounds. Minus 125, not too heavy of a price. Could see an early first round finish, but you could see this happening right out of the gate in the second round. These guys coming after each other and something happening. So I would hate to see this exciting fight go the distance.
I've been going dogs. I'm not going to touch this fight, though. I do think it could end early, but I don't think it should be this big of a favorite.
No, it's surprising. And the same thing for the next one, in my opinion, as well, right? Like Julius Walker, I think, even though Alonzo Menafield, the loss isn't the worst in the world. Menafield, I think his losses kind of don't look too bad either with his career very up and down. I just don't want to play it as much as D-Rock said with the fight before. You could get caught in the trap of taking Sequeira, who could be boom or bust, right? Could take a knockout, could get a knockout. But Julius Walker, I don't know what to make of the guy, right? So is he worth the minus 600 and up price? No, I'm going to have no official play in this fight. It's too volatile.
Yeah, nothing in for me in this one as well.
Yeah, so, hey, smart bettors, stay away from that. But I'm seeing, is this the first fight of the main card now? They put that crazy fight as the main event of the prelims. How crazy.
And there's no better choice to start the main card than boy.
Middleweight fight, Eric Anders, national champ, plus 430. And, he's always live, and I fear that D-Rock is going to go with him because I am going with CLD. I think he's rightfully so the favorite, minus 500. He's got the striking credentials. He has the ability to finish his fight early. He could just ride it out in all 3 rounds and just cruise to it. It's the toughness. And, Eryk Anders has some power, bro. With his takedowns, with his knockouts, he has it. But we've seen him age a little bit. And I think CLD is just getting going, man. Eryk Anders sometimes has gotten caught in the first round. And I think CLD is trying to prove a point. If you could put away a tough Eryk Anders in the first round, I think it says a lot for you and where he's trying to do with his career in a hungry middleweight division that can use some good striking. So, yeah, Christian Leroy Duncan to me, I think is the right side, and I'm going all in on the first round knockout. Even though I hate to do it with Eryk Anders, I think you look at the passive Eryk Anders, chin being susceptible, CLD could catch him in the first round. CLD, first round KO TKO at plus 525.
Yeah, I'm not touching this fight, but I am rooting for my boy.
Yeah,
I can't touch it because I worry. I worry.
I might as well make that a leg of a parlay, because if I'm going to reach for this fight and the next one here, I might as well go all in, because
real quick before you go, doesn't Chris Leroy Duncan look like Conor Benn?
A little bit, right?
Right? Holy
yeah.
shit. But
yeah, dude, maybe they're related. You never know.
Hey, you never know.
Both English. Miles Johns and John Matsumoto is a banger fight. This fight is, I think, closer than the odds indicate. They have John Matsumoto as a big favorite, 3-1 and up. Miles Johns is live here. I don't see how he's not. Every time he goes out there, he makes it a competitive fight. And we've seen John Matsumoto kind of lose some steam as he gets to later rounds where Miles John picks it up. So you can see an early John Matsumoto round, and you can see Miles John get the second and third. It's an easy split decision to maybe a unanimous 29-28 for either one of these guys. This is the type of fight that this is. So I think being that close, Miles John is worth the sprinkle. He's worth going specific on the prop. And I like it via decision because, like I said, it could be a split. It could be a unanimous. If you're willing to take it, you get more, juice out of it. But I'll just take it safe. I'm already taking a chance by taking Miles Johns according to the odds. So, yeah, Miles John via decision is plus 500, and that's the cap. Like I said, if I'm taking a chance with CLD, first round KO TKO, I'm taking a chance with the underdog getting the judges in his favor. So plus 500 there, straight up. And with the two combined, it's plus 2,900, almost 30-1.
Yeah, I definitely think Miles John is live here. The hype, even after a loss, I think is still way in on Matsumoto. I think people are really overlooking how he tends to coast at times, and that could get him into trouble. He did so in the first round against Brad Katona and then dropped that round. Miles John is a way better opponent than Brad Katona and has plenty of ways to steal around. He has some sneaky good wrestling. He hits hard enough to get to judges on his side. I don't think he'll be able to carry the whole fight, but I do think Miles John could keep this fight close. Give me Miles John plus 3.5 at minus 115.
I love that play.
I think he could steal a round or two.
That's all he needs with the plus 3.5.
Yep.
So very smart. And those been hitting for you, bro. I got to see your record on that. I've been compiling my year to date, so we'll get that together when we need to.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go right into
the last one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So let's go right into this next one. And speaking of like consistency formulas that we've been kind of proven over the course of the years we've been doing this featherweight matchup consists of Andre Touchy-Feely, dog price plus 205, and Christian C. Rod Rodriguez minus 225. I think the odds are right, but according to our formula, Dia and I had presented to you, every Andre Touchy-Feely fight is that touch and go. He is inconsistent. He wins one, he loses one. He wins one, he drops the next. It's been consistent ever since the no contest with Daniel Pinedo, and that's when I started this team. So we've been hitting on that. And, after a loss, the formula proved that Andre Touchy-Feely is the right side, and he's worth the dog price and taking him. But I think Christian Rodriguez is a better fighter. I'm going to look that it gets passed along. We talk about passing of the torches. Andre Touchy-Feely can be passing his back and forth formula to Christian Rodriguez. Look at him in the past 4 fights, back and forth, win, loss, win, loss. So I think he's due for a win here as well, and I think he can get it against Andre Feely. So I'm going to take C-Rod on the money line. I think it's worth the chalk.
Yeah, 6 of C-Rod's 8 UFC bouts have ended in a decision. I love the fight to go to decision. You could get that at minus 175. It's a little chalky here, and on Saturday, I think he could take this seasoned vet who is durable and keep this fight at a fast pace. I think Fili is on the downside of his career, and that's no disrespect. And I think C-Rod is still growing. So I think C-Rod is going to push the pace, lean on his grappling approach, take away any chance Fili has to land that knockout punch. So we're going to do a same game parlay. I'm going to take Christian Rodriguez to win in the over 2.5 rounds, and you could get that at -105.
Great play right there. Right, SGP. Now, we got this 115-pound matchup next, man. And I have a feeling that we're going to be on opposite ends. You know, Yasmin Lucindo, -195. I don't think she's proven to be the right side with the number that she's getting here. Angela Hill, we talk about, you know, a twilight of your career and trying to state your case for the title. Angela Hill can do that. And I think with another win, she comes to a 500 record with the UFC. I'm gonna come out and say D-Rock's taking Angela Hill in this one, but I'm going to go with Yasmin Lucindo. I don't know why. I just feel like it's a trap fight to just take the dog and Angela Hill that she's, you know, got it figured out. And that in this point in her career, she could do that. She could get to the title. And to do so, she has to get past Lucindo. But yeah, I'm taking Lucindo. D-Rock, am I right about my prediction? Are you right?
I'm taking Angela Hill +163. I also like the +3.5 as well. You know, Angela Hill is the best person to grab points early on and perhaps steal a round or two. So she's constantly in split decisions due to her style. The majority of Lucindo's decisions have also wound up on inside of this number as well. She recently just had a split decision herself in her last fight. So I think Angela Hill could steal a round or two early, and she might win another split decision. I think she's worth it. She's live here at +163. She's a fucking dog.
I kind of did it for you, bro. I picked Lucindo so that you could pick Angela Hill with pride, because sometimes when we're aligned, it don't work out.
Yeah, give me Angela Hill. And she's still talking about a fucking title run. Let's
go. Give it to her. After beating Yasmin Lucindo. Now, how many moves she need if it's convincing? If she gets a finish, how many more?
She wins this one. She'll be in the top 10 at the strawweight. You figure another one or two.
Right?
You want new blood.
I think though, maybe you fast track. I know it's Angela Hill, right? But like
overkill Hill.
I think you got to take advantage. If she's streaking right now, right? You might not get this version of her in after a couple two fights. So I feel like if she beats Lucinda this weekend,
title.
No, one more fight and then a title.
Yeah.
Not 2 more, 3 more. I think she deserves it, right? Top 10 fighter gets a top 5 fighter and a division that would like to see, like you said, some new faces, not new blood, bro, but Angela Hill, like, oh, where you been? Out of nowhere, here's a title shot. So
I like it. I mean, look at the strawweight division. You know, she could definitely go. You put her, you beat Lucindo, then you go beat Mackenzie Dern. You're in.
That might be it. Yeah, that might be the way in for maybe the 2 of them, both of them. So the co-main event in this one, I think, is favored in Steve Erceg a lot. Man, he has a last-minute replacement here. He's probably going to have the grappling advantage. The Ode Osbourne fights don't never end well when they hit the mat, but I think his striking, his power, that he can present problems early. I don't think Steve Erceg is really proven, man. I thought he had that close fight with Pantoja, but after these fights, these recent fights, I feel like he's just like given in, right? He's lost all this confidence, aura, this thought about this high prospect, this title contender has gone out the window. And for him to get -450 here, I just don't see why I would lay the value on a guy that's on a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah, Ode Osbourne's inconsistent, but if there's ever a fight that I'm going to take it in the stakes that they are, last minute replacement, a guy you didn't have much game plan on, Ode Osbourne. I like in the post-fight interviews a lot as the last couple of fights from him. He's been showing that power. I think he's aged well. We're doing it at 135, right? So it's also going to be, I think, more advantageous to him. This is not at 125. So
yeah,
I just got to go with Ode Osbourne. I think more veterans too. Yeah, and I think +425 is good value.
And I don't disagree. And all the pressure is on Steve Erceg here.
100%.
3-fight losing streak. Now, granted, he has fought Pantoja, Kai Kara-France, and Brandon Moreno. 3 in the top 5. The champion, number 5, and number 4, Brandon Moreno. So, you know, if he loses this, see ya. They're kicking him out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And he's fighting Ode Osbourne at 135. I think he should get back into this win column. He's the better striker in this matchup. And I think, you do have to watch for Ode Osborne's power in this one. He is coming off a knockout win back in April. And Irsay's biggest advantage will be on the ground where, Ode Osborne struggles on the ground. So I'm going to take double chance here, Steve Irsay, to win by submission or decision at minus 185.
Okay. Yeah, man.
He has to win. All the pressure's on him.
I think you're right. I don't think you're far off. If he loses to Ode Osborne, see ya. Might really be like that. You got to find your way back to the flyweight division. They cut Mokaev on a win streak.
Better than you.
So we made it to the middleweight showcase of UFC Vegas 109. You got Roman Dolidze plus 275 and up, man. Almost a 3-1 dog against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez at minus 310, minus 350 on some books I'm seeing. And D-Rock, I'm going to ask your opinion on the main event. As I normally do, you get the first one out. What do you got?
Yeah, I love Anthony fucking Hernandez. I also really like Roman Dolidze here. I was torn between taking Anthony Hernandez via decision, but I'm going to do another same game parlay. I'm going to take Anthony Hernandez via money line and also the over 3.5 rounds. You could get that at plus 119. Even just over the 3.5 rounds at minus 122. I think that's a very good play, and I think it's playable as well at those odds. So, obviously Anthony Hernandez, he's riding that win streak. But he's a big favorite here against Roman Dolidze. I just think the price on this has gone a little out there, which is why you have to take either a method or the same game parlay. And as good as Dolidze has been during his own win streak, I don't know how he could win this fight. That's what it came down to. Unless he's able to knock out Anthony Hernandez early, I just expect Anthony Hernandez to set a chaotic pace. He's not going to slow down, and I think eventually he's going to slow down Roman Dolidze in the process. So if a finish happens, hopefully it happens in round 4 or 5, but I don't know. I think the fight could go to all 5 rounds. I think Dolidze is tough, but I think he's going to win via. If you don't like the same game parlay, I would take Anthony Hernandez to win via decision at plus 210. It was hard to find value on this main event, but I do think he has the complete game, Anthony Hernandez. I think that's just going to be a little too much for Roman Dolidze. So that's the way I would play this main event.
Yeah, I like it, man. You can see how that can easily happen, bro. And it's just hard. You see how much you had to kind of hunt to get the value out of Anthony Hernandez in the spot. Me, man, I just saw the simple route as taking value from Roman Dolidze. I see that he at times is a more physical opponent for a lot of fighters, and I think that's what the weakness, simply put, is the athleticism sometimes from Anthony Hernandez. He's slick. He uses his IQ and his wits super well. He's well-versed in all the techniques, but when it comes down to physicality, I think you could see it just comes down to him lacking that. So Roman Dolidze can powerhouse him. He could just simply go out there, outstrength him, outpower him in this matchup here. And you've seen Roman Dolidze do that before. And yeah, the recent resume, I think you could see the level of competition. Roman Dolidze on his streak hasn't, I guess, fought maybe those that you would think are surging or contending right now, as compared to Anthony Hernandez, who's stopped the likes of Michel Pereira, right? These guys that we were like, oh my goodness, like they're dangerous dudes, and they're faced against him, and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is getting finishes. So I like the way you thought of it. I get scared too that he can maybe finish Roman Dolidze early, but I mean, this is going to be a great main event. I'm just going with the dog and the value of Roman Dolidze.
I love it, kid. Well, good luck. Should be a really fun card. It's a little later though. Main card starts at 7, so it's not too bad. Prelims start at 4 p.m. here on the East Coast. Dana White Contender Series, that will go down Tuesday night, kid. Usually we get into it. Season 9. We got 5 fights, so should be fun. Starts in the middleweight division. Are you gonna take the Chilean?
Hey, I don't know, man. Yuri Panfarov, he did lose to Rodolfo Bellato, and we've seen how Bellato has looked in the UFC, right? So yeah, you could easily see the Chilean winning that one there. Don't forget the first matchup, because Bertaz Atala, he's been there. He was waiting for an opponent, and I mean, he's got a tough guy stepping in on short notice, a young 24-year-old undefeated dude. So could you fade a guy like Jimmy Drago in his matchup with Ty Miller? Ty Miller is favorited in that one.
Amazing name.
Yeah, I don't think you could fade a name like that. I think you got to take the value on him. I think the co-main event in this one is also exciting. Radley De Silva and Jordan Mangos. If you look at the film on them, they're exciting dudes. And I think in the main event, it's more eyes on Ilian Boafia. I think he's going to be the right side there. So you might not see that small of odds on him, minus like 200. So I think I'll go with the Frenchman. I'll go with Boafia in the main event. Lay that chalk. Got to go with the Australian. Isn't Mangos training out of City Kickboxing? Where's he training out of Down Under?
Down Under, I think.
Where camp is he training out? Is it City Kickboxing? Is it Steve Ersig's gym? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe.
I think the Australian's right there. Jimmy Drago, I'd go with the value, even though Ty Miller seems to be pretty solid. Yeah, give me Chris Ewart. He was supposed to come in and take a fight, right, in the UFC, and what happened? He could not even make weight, right? He lied about being able to make weight.
Yeah.
But I just think Yuri Panfrov is showing that loss against Rodolfo Bellato. I think he could be there to get cracked. So I don't know what to say in the first one. I think that's a tough one. I think it could be a toss up. Metallo's been there waiting for an opponent, and then you get a young upstart. Maybe I'll just stay away from that first fight so I don't get burned. First fight of the season 9 of Dana White Contender Series 2025 week 1. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I play it out.
Anything else for Dana White Contender Series?
Those are the fights, man. I think this year is going to be very strict. I think Dana White is going to look for those guys that are not only just finishing, but finishing in style. If you're winning on the judges' scorecards, I don't think he's giving you a contract. Look how liberal he was in the prior couple of years, 7 and 8, season 7 and 8. He was giving them out like hotcakes. And granted, there was some great talent on them. We got the likes of the Fighting Nerds now in the ranks of the UFC. They're all lined up for the fall card, for the fall schedule. They all got fights lined up. So we'll see who emerges from this year's Dana White Contender Series. I can't wait. We get fights on Tuesday nights now.
Don't miss it. Tuesday, August 12th, main card, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. No better way to end your night on a Tuesday than some fucking fights. Okay, let's get to some news before we get to 10 seconds left. Welcome back, Kyle Daukaus, man. Marcelo Tulo is out. Michel Pereira will take on Kyle Daukaus at UFC Shanghai, August 23rd. Welcome back. I'm glad he's getting another shot.
Don't sleep on Daukaus, though, right? I feel like he's better than his brother, right? Would you say?
That's not saying much. But I'm happy he's getting a shot here, and it's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
So should be interesting there. Unfortunately, we get a hit to the UFC Noche card on September 13th. Raquel Pennington has announced that she has withdrawn from her fight against Big Norma Dumont. Hopefully we get a fight for Norma so she can stay on that card, but Rocky ain't really Rocky right now. Are you surprised?
I mean, we've seen this right before.
Time and time again.
You get proven who you are. We just give you the benefit of the doubt. Give enough slack, like Joey Diaz says, give enough rope and you'll hang yourself.
Why don't Aline Perez versus Norma Dumont? Well,
she called her out, didn't she?
Yeah. So let's fucking fight.
Battle of the dump trucks.
There you go. Some PFL news. I cannot years. This is 9 years in the making. Artem Lobov is set to return at the age of 38. You know him from Conor McGregor's camp, big friends of him, for a 165-pound catch weight with Zabura Tugorov. It's the Abu Dhabi card. Dukarov. Thank you. It's the co-main event right under Paul Hughes. But
Artem Lobov, right?
Yeah, Tologorov, and that is Khabib's friend. They've all, with the Dali incident, they all wanted to talk and fight. It's 8 years in the making. He is coming out of retirement to fight him. It's a 1-fight deal for Artem for the PFL. I'm glad. This is what the PFL should do. Make the fights we want to see.
Well, rivalry matchups. Get what's his name? Dylan Dennis in there.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate because Conor and him are not in the best terms at the moment. They're in a law battle, but Conor and a team. Tem. So we'll see. I mean, Zerbula, he's talking a lot. Let's talk in the octagon.
Let's do it.
Right?
That's right.
Did you know about those? Did you know?
Not really. I didn't know all that was going on.
Yeah, October 3rd, PFL in Abu Dhabi, October
That's why
3rd.
you inform us in this segment.
And B. Joe Pyfer returns UFC 320 October 4th against Abus Magomedov. I don't like the fight. I don't like it.
Here's something that I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Abbas gasses Joe Pyfer.
Imagine.
Yo, watch.
That would be fucking hilarious. But I didn't know if I liked this fight for Joe Pyfer, but I understand it a little
It
bit.
could happen. Like I said, you've seen Abbas really work on his strength and conditioning because after those first round like embarrassments, he stepped up. So I feel like at Joe Pyfer's, it may just be more of a anatomical way. He might not be able to overcome just the way he is, this powerful body, right? And to transition that to a cardio-based guy, it might not be there. But for Abbas, yeah, he might be able to gas out Joe Pyfer in that one.
We have a UFC main event in Rio. Number 4, Charles Oliveira is going to take on number 10, Rafael Fiziev, October 11th.
Too soon? August, September, October 11th?
I think he's fine. I think it's a good. He wants to get back. He's fine.
He's going to want to grab Rafael Fiziev. He's going to want to grab him.
And Fiziev's going to let those hands go. We'll see. It's number 4 versus number 10, but this is a great opportunity for Rafael Fiziev to get right back.
Yeah, man. I think I got to go at Rafael Fiziev in that one, man. I do think it's too soon. I hate to see it, this Charles matchups, but he's always fought the hardest matchups, the best of the best. And that's the world of a fighter, man. You fight for the ultimate glory, but also the most agonal defeats. So
we also have number 10, Amin Zahabi, taking on number 7, Marlon Chiro Vera at the bantamweight division for UFC Vancouver, October 18th. Zahabi's staying home in Canada. Interesting fight. He called out a few guys after Jose Aldo. You get Marlon Vera. I think the UFC's kind of doing him dirty.
No, I don't think so. I'd like that matchup for him. I think he beat a beatable.
I think he could beat him too. That's the problem. Yeah. I want to see him get tested a little bit.
I get you. Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. I say, what's the state of the bantamweight division after all the high talk we've been doing about 135ers? I mean, right?
Why don't you give him Mario Batista, who's on a 55 fight win streak?
Maybe because Mario Batista is almost on to a title fight.
What about Davison Figueiredo?
No, maybe. Yeah, maybe for that fight, but I'll say not for a title. But no. Mario Batista may be one fight away, don't you think?
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah.
He should be, but you know how that goes. Merab had to fight, 10 fucking wins to get a title shot?
Good luck getting a title shot, kid.
Yeah, so that's all the news I have. KSW 109, though, in Warsaw tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's always exciting. And get ready for the production level. We talked about it time and time again when it comes to KSW. The sights and sounds of their production, their presentation, the way they announce the fighters, it's beautiful to watch. It really is. So I think it'll be a good one. The main event is what I'm going to get involved in. It's for the interim middleweight championship. Been watching Peter Kuberski for quite a while, and I mean, man, this past couple of fights, past 5, 6. I mean, if it come to think about it, I don't even know how long his knockout streak has been. He's been knocking everyone out, and I think Pazuski's there to get hit. You've seen him get knocked out from Michael Materla in the late stages of his career. Kuberski completely wiped the floor with Michael Materla. So we know MMA math isn't perfect, but I think laying the chalk with Kuberski, he's like minus 300, so 3-1 favorite, rightfully so. I'll go with Peter Kuberski.
Let's fucking go, Joe. Good luck. That's going to lead you right into UFC Vegas 109. So enjoy your Saturday. Should be fun day of fights. Any big plans this weekend? You doing anything?
Football's back, right?
Oh, yeah. Football's been back, baby.
Football's back.
And every episode I ask Elvis how many days until college football week 0. I will ask you the same. How many days until week 0?
I'm going to say... how's 15 sound?
Oh, you are so close. 14, baby.
14. That's what
Yep.
I'm saying. I
Yep.
count. I think it is
Yeah.
15. He's wrong. It's fucking
No,
15.
I got a timer. 14 days, 23 hours,
23.
35.
So it's 15. It's 15. I was right. I was right.
I fucking can't wait. I was thinking about driving to Columbus. It's only a 7.5 hour drive, but tickets are so fucking much for the Longhorns and the Buckeyes. $400 for week 0.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. It seems we are flipped. That I've been under the D-Rock mantle this whole time, and you have been under.
Oh wow!
The 10
Well,
second
we just
plus.
switched it. Who knows? Who cares? It's
Shout
all
out,
good.
shout out. I got hitters. I got
Yeah.
shooters.
Well, enjoy the fights, everyone. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.